Good morning everybody, it's Easter Sunday. I thought we'd do something totally different today and have a little walk around. So why are we looking at an estate agent's? Well, years ago this was the publicity department, part of the town hall, which is where I worked. And it was about promoting Great Yarmouth as a holiday resort. So I suppose that's where my interest first started, on seeing what's out and about and around and the Broads, etc. So the publicity department was there, and if I swing round slowly so as not to make you dizzy, there's the town hall with the clock. Anyway, while we are here, I just want to show you something else. So this is Howard Street, and I just want to take you down here. There's something rather nice down here. Just this ordinary row of houses. You would never think or know what was underneath. It was obviously the entrance at once upon a time. There are some concrete steps going down, but I can show you a different. There's a hole here in the wall. There's some lovely rust around it. I don't think I was able to get a good photo, but in there are some tunnels where the trade from the quay, like a smuggling type of thing, went on. I'm not explaining it very well, but I suppose the merchants did their dodgy dealings in there. This is one of the row entrances. They've all got different names, and that's Cubitt the Painter's Row, 71. So there were narrow rows heading down to the quay to get the fish, and the houses would be either side of this row. Just heading down Three Feathers Row. It brings you out of the town hall, which is so big. It's got 3 buildings. It's got the first one, the clock is, this one, and this one. And the alleyway down there used to take you to the town hotel. This is Blackfriar's house. Quite grand building. And this was the old fire station. You can kind of see that it was a fire station, can't you? Old fire station. A lot of things in this area are called Blackfriars because there's a friary just up ahead, or was a priory. So we'll go and have a look at that, shall we? The friary's just in here behind the brick wall. Let's go in there one day and have a proper look. I've just moved around to a different viewpoint. If my camera wasn't so big, that would fit through these gaps. Here we are, we can get a better view from here. Now this friary was founded in 1272, I think it was. I just had to just had to consult my notes. It was founded in 1271, so I was only a year out. Anyway, the person who founded it was Sir William Burbage. Now, I found his tomb of him and his wife at Wickhampton Church, if you remember, if you've seen that. And I had no idea that he was connected with this until I started doing some research prior to doing today's walk. So that was just mind-blowing to think that just probably last week I found that. Lovely old windows. Obviously there's no glass, but it's very grand. So now we're on South Quay, which is still by the town hall. It's Haven Bridge up there. And a lovely boat called the Lydia Eva there. Hard to imagine that in the height of the herring festival, or not herring festival, the herring industry, there would be the boats, fishing boats, right across the river here, all the way along. Then you get from one side to the other, just crossing on the boats. Amazing. That's looking down the other way of the river towards the harbour's mouth, but you can't see it from here, it's quite a long way off. So back at the town hall, and remember I said I was in publicity? Well, eventually publicity moved to 3 South Quay. So that's the first building over there. And they were in there a long time before moving down to the seafront, to the Tourist Information Centre there. So it's quite nicely working by the river. And not far away, are these lovely houses. Elizabethan House Museum there, and it has furniture in there from the 15th century, owned by the National Trust. Go and see the cannon. I'll have a little read of the plaques and see what they say. This concrete sofa is in the car park of one of these row houses that is now a museum. This is Middlegate, also from the same area, the same spot, the Merchant's House. All closed now because of the pandemic. There's a little metal sculpture in there. I'm still along South Quay. And by some people's houses. This is a plaque for Sir James Padgett, who was a Bart, which means a baronet. He was the surgeon for Queen Victoria, and one of the first people to use waterbeds to aid recovery. when he was born here in Great Yarmouth. Originally Yarmouth was split into, well, it's still split in two. Over that side of the bridge that we now know as South Town was called Little Yarmouth, and this side was called Magna Yarmouth. Magna meaning great, so it became Great Yarmouth. While we're this end of town, I thought I'd show you some of the town wall. This is where they would have fired one of the arrows out of the town. There's 11 remaining towers to the wall, and this is one of them. It's now a Airbnb place. It took 111 years to build the town wall. And it was started in the 1280s. Beside the wall we've got this statue of a lady. I presume she's one of the herring industry, fishing ladies. There's no plaque here to say who she is. Very grand tower, isn't it? It took 111 years to build this wall, all the way around the town, and each resident had to help build it. And in those days the sea would have come up fairly close to the wall. It wasn't like it is now. Let's go and walk up to this other tower first. This is Blackfriar's tower. We can get inside. I've just realised that from here at the fire station in Great Yarmouth I can see the new tower being put up on the seafront. New tower? What am I on about? New wheel. I've got towers on the brain today. grand gates and fencing all the way round Nelson's monument. I found online that somebody used to keep their pigs in the grounds here. I always thought there were steps leading up to the top, but it doesn't look like there is, because there's no way to get inside that I can see. What do you reckon they are on these benches? Lions? They're not fish. Are they lions? I don't know. Just noticed the wires up there. Never seen that before. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this very brief trip around Yarmouth. I was initially just going to walk the route off the town wall, and I thought, well, really I don't need to walk it all. Lots of people have already done that online, and there's plenty that you could just search for if you wanted to watch just particularly the wall. Some really good videos online. So I thought I would just have a little look around Yarmouth today. I've hardly covered any of Yarmouth, so we need to come back and have another go another time. I think for today that's me done. You know what I'm like, I always say I'm going and then I find something else to show you. You may or may not know Yarmouth is going to have a third river crossing, and it needs to be coming across to this area where I am now. But there's this old pub called the Dolphin, and it's protected. It's got a protection order on it, so they can't take it down. It's got some soup. There's a drown. Should we wave? I waved. People are filming because of the new bridge. I imagine this would have been the main entrance. Look at these fish. Do you know, I think I've got a tracker on my car or on my camera. I always have somebody turn up no matter where I am. Guaranteed. Somebody turned up at Nelson's monument, and I'm sort of out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, on the super. Look at him, isn't he gorgeous? I don't think my filming shows just how big these are. I think all this building work in here is the new bridge. This new bridge is certainly getting a few visitors. Some more people just turned up to have a look. So what are these then? What are these chimneys? Do you know? Because I haven't got a clue. And look at this. Some of you know I like rust. And I've got an Instagram account just purely for rust. Yes, I know, I'm weird. But if you want to look it up, it's Instagram. New name, same me, Rust. There's a conversation going on about Yarmouth behind me, you might hear. Not only rust, we've got peeling paint too. Look, oh, I might have to have a few photos. It's amazing.